Who says dynasties are dead? Chiefs aren't there yet, but man, they're on the precipice of a dynasty. 5 straight championship game appearances, and they win those championship games. And then they go to the Super Bowl, and they go and win the Super Bowl. Had this stat. Chiefs have won 75 games combined, regular and postseason, over the last 5 years. An incredible stretch. The Packers, during their sweet spot, 2010 and 2014, 62 games. And between 94 and 98, another sweet spot for them, 65 games. I know there's last couple of years an extra game in there, but
right.
Still doesn't match what the Chiefs have done. And Matt Hamilton, I learned, has won 5 of the last 6 national championships he's been in with Team Schuster in curling. So, Matt Hamilton, congratulations. You are the Chiefs, apparently, of curling.
That's been quite the wild ride. Once I started playing with Schuster in the 2014-2015 season, and yeah, a lot of good wins. It's nice. I will say it does not get old.
I bet not. So yeah, congratulations on that. And correct me if I'm wrong. And this is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light. We're going to get to the Super Bowl here in a second here. But you lost the first match? Did you lose after that?
Yeah, we actually lost to the team that we played in the 1-2 game in the final in the round robin as well. They're a young team, just fresh out of juniors. I think they're all like 22, 23 years old, and they got a super bright future, but wasn't ready to give up that crown quite yet. They have a bright future and a lot of time left. I only got a little bit of time left, so I figured, they can wait a little bit longer.
Holding them off there, holding them off. And we're happy that you did not have to disappear into some sort of dark cavern for 4 days to decide if you're going to come back and host with us here on Rutledge and Hamilton. First of all, the mountains, I'm sure, were blue, and you know what to do.
And that was crush a Coors Light. Actually, that's funny you say that. About halfway through the game, there are some fans on the rail, kind of like hockey boards kind of. And they're standing over there, and they were enjoying some Coors Lights. And I was like, hey, nice choice, Coors Lights, my guys. And they're like, do you want one? I'm like, in a couple ends. And the second we won, I looked over at them, and they just showed me a can. And I walked over, and fresh, unopened 24-ounce Coors Light. And that was probably one of the better tasting Coors Lights I've ever had.
Yeah, a winning one and fresh from the motherland there too.
Yeah, right. They basically, I'm pretty sure they just dip an empty can in the Colorado River, and when they pull it out, it's Coors Light.
Yeah, that's how I understand how it goes there. So, congratulations to you first of all, and then congratulations to Leo Chanel and Melvin Gordon and my MVS with Wisconsin ties here, and my college roommate Cale Kirby, one of the equipment guys for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's 2 Super Bowls for him as well. And he was equipment guy for the Packers all the way back when he was like an assistant or an intern when Brett Favre was there, into Rodgers a little bit. So he's got a good glimpse into greatness there of Favre, Rodgers, Mahomes.
He's got more Super Bowls than Rodgers.
Yes, he does too. And he also not in a cave. We are correct on this. Is this the correct reporting that Aaron Rodgers is currently locked away? I thought that was Madam Schefter. He was going in after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he'll go in later this week, I believe, but he is scheduled to appear on the Pat McAfee show tomorrow.
Okay, so maybe he'll go in a little bit after that. So
one more Pat McAfee rant before he shuts her down.
Yes.
The more I've listened to this, the more I'm inclined to try it. So Scalzo and Brust had a guy that runs these darkness camps on last week.
Mm-hmm.
It's only $250 a night. And you learn about yourself. I don't know. I don't hate the idea of trying this. Would you guys fund it if I go?
For you to go sit in a cave?
Yeah.
Just turn the lights out in there. We need you to do your job.
Yeah. All right. But Aaron Rodgers is in the story today. We're talking about winners. So we're talking about Matt Hamilton, and we're talking about Patrick and Becca Hamilton. I wanted to get to her as well. And the Hamilton parents there then too.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, they had to be pretty happy.
Yeah, mom was pretty stoked.
Forget the Kelsey mom.
Yeah.
Hamilton mom is number 1 here on Rutledge and Hamilton. She had 2 winners.
Yeah.
Kelsey's mom only had 1.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
All right, 844-770-3776. Want to ask first, as this won't be our first poll question, but I do want to get your temperature as a Packer fan, because I did see a few tweets out there, including like Zach Cruz, who works I think USA Today, said, not gonna lie, seeing the seeing the Chiefs get this Super Bowl stings a little bit as a Packer fan. I'll read it exactly. Gotta admit, it's tough seeing an all-time great QB win 2 Super Bowls in 5 years when Favre and Rodgers had 2 in almost a quarter century. Winning the Super Bowl is hard, and 2 is so much better than 1 and light years away from 0, but still tough. And look, this is what the conversation was even in the post game with Chris Berman and Steve Young and Booger McFarland. And they said, hey, 1 is nice, and nobody's going to sneeze at 1. And they were talking about Mahomes.
Right.
But now Patrick knows he's in rarefied air. He has taken a step into a echelon of quarterback that is thin. And I'm sorry for Aaron to be in that conversation. He's got to win another one. Wherever it is, he's got to win another one. But as a Packer fan, was there any sort of like, wow, this can be done? What the hell? I mean, the Chiefs, forget the quarterback. If you don't want to put it at Aaron Rodgers' feet, Matt, I know you don't like to do that.
Right.
Look at the roster. They got Juju Smith-Schuster, MVS. They signed they drafted a ton of guys that they all hit. Young guys playing. Leo Chanel, rookie contract. What's the Watson rookie contract on this team? A lot of guys with rookie contracts
I think
making
the running backs were paid $6 million for all 3 of their running backs this year.
So roster building, but also the Eagles, another great roster built mainly. Almost all those guys are drafted. The Chiefs had to kind of find the more Packers approach where because you're paying your quarterback, kind of have to mix and match.
Right.
And you look at the Eagles, and it's all built through the draft too. So Packer fans, the 2 of you first, but 844-770-3776. As a Packer fan, what was your reaction to the Chiefs winning another Super Bowl, cementing themselves as one of the modern mini dynasties right now? This was supposed to be a down year for them. So I mean, considering they lost Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
They lost their Devonta Adams. They went out and won the damn Super Bowl.
Again, I feel like even more so in the Chiefs kingdom that when Mahomes is your quarterback, you always feel like you have a chance. Kind of like the way we felt about Rodgers on the Packers. You always feel like you have a chance at winning. My big issue with this my main takeaway from this is I think I'm sick of always trying to be relevant. Both these teams, the Eagles win a Super Bowl with Foles, have 2 years of rebuilding, and then they come back and are able to do it with all these rookies and all this like potential. The Packers just don't ever go all in to stay relevant. And you know what? Like, we were talking about this in the last 30 years. Packers, great. They probably made 25 playoffs, which is awesome. It's fun for regular season viewing, but like at the end of the day, you'd probably take 5 down years if it guaranteed a Super Bowl. And if you could do it every 5 years, as opposed to the Packers basically averaging a Super Bowl once a decade, right? Like going to one, not even winning it. They win it once every 15 years. But you see some of these other teams that go through rebuilds, and they obviously the Chiefs kind of had a rebuild a little bit this year. They still had the quarterback, but they had all these pieces in place. The Eagles went through a full rebuild since Doug Peterson, and they're back, obviously. So I think this whole never sell the farm so you can always be relevant, that's just not the way the NFL works anymore. You can't just be very good to win. You need to be excellent to win. And to be excellent, there's going to be times where you just can't pay the guys, and you're just like, you know what? We're going to have 2 seasons of not so great football, but we're going to acquire a bunch of draft picks. We're going to have money in the coffers to pay people when we do feel like we got to go all in, and we can be relevant again with some younger guys. It just kind of opens my eyes to this idea that all the Packers do is like to stay relevant.
844-770-3776. What were your takeaways as a Packer fan from the Super Bowl? We're going to play that little Super Bowl angle game now, the playoff angle game for Packers after this season now. Okay. We'll kind of look into the offseason here. But Chris Manitowoc Waters chimes in. My main takeaway from the Super Bowl is thank God the Bears screwed up and drafted Trubisky over Mahomes. True. I could say thank God the Packers screwed up and drafted Jordan Love over Jalen Hurts, T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Brett in Eau Claire chimes in, Mahomes is just a better teammate and a winner than Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, he's a different talent. He probably is.
I have no idea. I mean, that's always hard to figure out.
Yeah.
But I'll say this, LeBron James, he just got the title, and LeBron talks about his teammates and them all needing to be better openly in the public.
Right.
And you saw Anthony Davis kind of slouching his shoulders. You saw Russell Westbrook basically give up on that team. And there's a case to be made over the last couple of years. It's not great being viewed as a pawn for LeBron James publicly. Right. He just says, like, oh, I'll trade anything to get Kyrie. And then he's got to look Russ back in the face. And Russ should be traded, but like you're just openly calling all your teammates trade pieces.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers openly saying, I need more guys here. It's not the greatest thing. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't do it, but that would be the only case I would have. In that locker room, I'll assume they're both great. But externally, some of the stuff they do and some of the stuff they say, the Romeo Dobbs pot shots that Rodgers takes and things like that, those aren't great. Doesn't mean he's not a good leader overall, but doesn't mean he doesn't have room for improvement. But let's get to some Packer angles after the break here. But I do want to tell everyone about Carbon World Health. Carbon World Health, I take the semi-glutide
to keep your glutes tight.
To keep my glutes tight. And Dr. Nestor Rodriguez is over there. He oversees my treatment. He also oversees any other treatment that's going on there. So if you are struggling to lose weight, go to Dr. Nestor Rodriguez in Carbon World Health and find out why. It could be as simple as you just need to get signed up for the 6-week experience and work out, improve your recovery, do some of the red light therapy, and that'll solve your problems. Could be semi-glutide, the first FDA-approved game-changing weight loss supplement that will help you burn fat instead of muscle, or maybe it's you need some hormone replacements, and maybe that will help you lose weight. Dr. Nestor Rodriguez has the key to unlock your weight loss goals, and you'll gain that strength that you need as you get older as well. Go to carbonworldhealth.com. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Jim Rutledge here from Rutledge and Hamilton, weekdays 2 to 4 on ESPN Madison. Listen to Matt and I every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some booze. And continue to listen for your chance to win the grand prize of throwing back a drink with the Rutledge and Hamilton crew. This month, we're giving away Simply Spiked Lemonade, a new line of bold, full-flavored spiked lemonades crafted from the lemonade experts at Simply. Listen every Thursday for your chance to win.
Simply Spiked Lemonade, a new line of bold, full-flavored spiked lemonades crafted from the lemonade experts at Simply. Made with 5% real fruit juice that's been squeezed and concentrated, plus a little fizz. These beverages are bursting with sweet and tart lemonade flavor. Choose from 4 delicious flavors, including strawberry, blueberry, watermelon, and signature lemonade. Try some Simply Spiked Lemonade, a deliciously refreshing and full-flavored lemonade with 5% alcohol and real fruit juice.
Hey Wisconsin, it's Jonathan Taylor, pro running back and UW Credit Union member. Now that I'm always on the road, I need mobile banking that can keep up. That's why I use the UW Credit Union app. It lets me pay bills, send money to friends, and check my credit score. Whether I'm in Indianapolis or Ixonia, Jersey or Janesville, Miami or Milwaukee, get mobile banking that gets you with UW Credit Union. Join today at uwcu.org.
Federally insured by NCUA.
Tax season is here, and Metro Kia of Madison has 67 new vehicles available for you to invest your return in. And we are matching your down payment up to $500. Get 2.9% APR financing for 48 months on the 23 Kia Soul and Forte. $3.22 per 1,000 borrowed at Metro Kia of Madison. If you're looking to repair your current vehicle, now is the time at Metro Kia of Madison. Invest more in your car to save money. Save up to $100 with $1,000 in repairs at Metro Kia.
North and South Seafood and Smokehouse is the official barbecue and seafood and smokehouse of Rutledge and Hamilton. Make sure to listen every Wednesday for your chance to win a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse in Madison, Verona, and DeForest. North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
A wide array of opportunities abound at Waste Management.
They do whatever they can to make sure that you're set up for success, both within the career and just in your personal life as well. The benefits that are offered here are honestly some of the most insane benefits that I've ever seen. They're paying for people to go to college. They invest in the employees as human beings. I've never seen anything like that.
Join the Waste Management family. Just search online, Waste Management Careers.
Hi, I'm Medicine Money Guy, Crispin Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategy. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. Heck, I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by X Golf in Madison and Middleton.
Patrick Mahomes climbs up the rankings. The Chiefs climb up quickly as one of the greatest franchises in NFL history. We were debating this off air. We're going to get into it in a second here with a little Tinder time. And we'll rely on you folks to chime in as well. I'll do my best to think of teams that would compete. Alex hopefully has compiled some sort of list we're throwing out there as well. But this is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge. Alex Strofe just lights off back there, taking a nappy.
No, he's just doing a little darkness retreat.
Just a little local darkness retreat. No, I'll be honest. I'm still feeling the effects of the weekend.
Yeah, a lot of Coors Light.
A lot of Coors Light out in Gold. I drove through Golden, Colorado over the weekend. Beautiful out there.
Mm-hmm.
Really
Beautiful.
is. Yeah.
My brother proposed to his now fiance.
Congratulations.
Out there.
I'm assuming she said yes.
She did.
Yes.
Indeed, yeah.
It'd be awkward to bring it up if she said no.
Yeah, no, it would have been really funny though.
Be getting back for Boo Boo Kitty.
Yeah, exactly right. No, we were talking about you this weekend, Jimmy. He goes, Jim Rutledge guy. I like him. And I go, yeah, it's because you're both like fake hardos, like fake tough guys. He's like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Big brother energy. That's
yeah,
all.
right, exactly.
That's it.
Exactly. But no, yeah, I'm still like, it's my first 2-day hangover in a long time.
Oh, Chris, is that Chris from Manitowoc?
Yeah,
Waters?
yeah,
He loves
he
you on
dogs you
those?
about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
844-770-3776. We're going to work through some Packer angles in a minute, but we were debating this, and we thought the best way to do it is play a little Tinder time, and we will come up with a show consensus of where the Packers fall. We're going to go since Brett Favre's first season of Packers quarterback, because 1992, he was 8-5, went to the Pro Bowl, had a heck of a season. So, I mean, he took off and ran with it from the beginning.
Right.
So we're going to start right there. That's the start of the Brett Favre era, and we'll carry it through this year. So 1992.
He took over halfway through in 91, right? Like his actual start.
That would have been not halfway through. It was 1992 was his first year. He took over. He started 13 games, though. It was more than halfway through. It was early in that year he took over. So he was 8-5 that year. He started 13 games. So I think I'd give him that one.
Yeah.
So that's enough there. Matt, what is that math there then? Nearly 30 years? So
it'd be 31 seasons.
So we'll just call it 30 years here. Over the last 30 years, are the Packers a top 5 organization in the NFL? And to find out, we're going to play a little Tinder time, but you can chime in 844-770-3776 as well.
If you like it, swipe right. If you dislike it, swipe left. It's Tinder time.
All right, here's how we're going to do this. You're going to swipe left if you're taking the Packers. So, Tinder dating app. So you're going to swipe left if you're sticking with them, right? You're going to swipe left. You're not jumping into temptation. Packers are swiping left.
Okay.
The team I say you're swiping right.
Okay.
If you believe they have had a better 3-decade span then the Green Bay Packers. Let's start with the Super Bowl runner-up, the Philadelphia Eagles, over the course of the last 30 years.
Interesting.
They've been in several. They've won one.
Been in
So
3?
They've been in 3 and they've won one.
I'm going to go ahead and say I'm swiping left on this one.
Yeah, I think I'd take the Packers as well.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, Jimmy, you're going to definitely agree with this. I think it's a little more for debate, but the end-all be-all is Super Bowls, right? That's what you're saying? Packers got 2, Eagles got 1.
As a fan, you're hanging up that you're wearing the Super Bowl shirts. You're going to have the Super Bowl memorabilia. That's what you're rocking.
Yeah.
Not MVPs, not regular season titles.
Oh, if they had an Aaron Rodgers MVP shirt, I would rock that.
I also would.
But okay, but for the most part,
like the Badgers, if they had the Honolulu Maui Gym classic,
the
shirt when we debated that long ago.
Yeah, but
that
that's
was last year. Yeah.
In general, though, most fans would care far more about their Super Bowl wins than their
100%.
quarterback or anyone winning MVP. No, obviously they correlate usually.
Yeah.
Except if you're a Packer fan. So, all right. So, no, definitely Packers over the Eagles.
Packers over the Eagles. Let's stick in the NFC East. How about a team that won 3 Super Bowls in the 90s by the name of the Dallas Cowboys? Ooh.
See, that one's tricky.
Now, they're at the very beginning of this span.
Right.
The very beginning.
What did I think we heard 92.
I think 92 is the first one.
92, 93, 96, 95.
Didn't they win 3 in a row?
No, it wasn't.
No, it was 3 out of 4.
Three or four.
Oh, man. So, Super Bowls, it's massive. But, again, they've even had, losing seasons. They've been worse than the Packers in the regular season over, I feel like, that time span. As a homer, I'm going to say Packers, but I would definitely leave that open for debate to anybody who is like, you're wrong.
So, man.
So we've been to 3. They're hard to win. We know that.
So basically we're trying to put them top 5. I can't go. I got to put this. Can I put this as a push for now? Because I got to see who else is there. Because I think the Cowboys, remember, they made those Super Bowls. The other one they lost. So here's the Super Bowls they made. They went 92, 93, 95. So they won those 3. So 3 Super Bowls. I got to hold them here. For now, I'm putting the Packers. But at the end, I don't know. 3 Super Bowls.
We can come back to it.
3 Super Bowls are pretty impressive. All right, let's keep it rolling.
All right, well, since I haven't said this one, let's just get it out of the way. The New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Okay, easy.
Now, I would like to point out that the Chiefs could really rewrite some of that narrative of oh, you just can't have dynasties anymore. They won a 3rd here with multiple appearances. That's a dynasty they got here. In NFL, what do you guys call a dynasty? I say if you get 3 in 6 years, then I'm going to call it a dynasty.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I think that those years that they aren't there, if you want to be a dynasty, you have to be pretty darn relevant,
Well,
which the Chiefs have.
Yeah.
But it's not like you could win a Super Bowl, miss the playoffs, win a Super Bowl, miss the playoffs. I wouldn't be as inclined to call it
in that
dynasty.
case. If they miss it 1 year because their quarterback goes down,
right?
That's,
with Patrick Mahomes at 27 years old and the Chiefs making 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls, I'm ready to call it a dynasty. I'm ready to call it.
I'm already. I'll call it a dynasty right now.
All right, there we go. So the Chiefs, we can just put them up here as well. They're clearly in this list in front
Probably
of the Packers.
2. Yep. Pat's 1 for sure, right?
Yep.
In the NFL.
How about this one? I think this one's interesting. This one might take a little bit longer. How about the Baltimore Ravens? Now, this is a team that has made 2 Super Bowls and won them both.
So they won in 2001 and 2013.
Right.
They have had, I don't know this exact same match, but they've had a hell of a run of regular season success as well. I mean, they have had that right there. Did Lamar get an MVP or not?
Lamar did win an MVP.
So they've had an MVP quarterback. They had one of the. Here's the thing, that team that beat the Giants in 2001. You can't say this about any team with the Packers. Arguably, either the greatest or second defense or second greatest defense of all time.
Yeah, no
so
doubt.
that's one side of the ball, one of the greatest that ever played the game. And I would like to point out, I watched the Bullies over Broadway, and I love the fact that every one of those players we blew it. We only won 1 Super Bowl. Every single one of them was we should have won more. But the Ravens and the Packers, again, this is where it gets dicey. I don't want to put them in this list. If we're trying to compile an actual, I know it's a little different against the Tinder rules here, but Ravens and Cowboys are ones where I gotta think a little bit more on it, because for me, they're right there. They have a lot of regular season success, 2 Super Bowls.
The only reason I am putting the Cowboys as that maybe we got to see is because they have 3 Super Bowls. The Packers have just as many. I promise you right now, if we looked at records over the years, the Packers would have more wins than the Ravens.
But not by
do.
a lot.
But they do. And if we're
But now
calling it on tiebreaker, they have a quarterback who won
I'm not calling regular
more
season tiebreakers.
MVPs between Brett Favre and
the Ravens are more impressive what they've done because they've done it without a franchise quarterback.
Okay, but I mean that's
again, they had one of the greatest defense. That defensive side of the football is one of the greatest of all time. You don't call anything the Packers have done during that window one of the greatest that's ever done it.
I mean, agreed.
Well,
as far as
offense,
but still not in that conversation.
2011 offense,
still not in that conversation though. It was great, but not in that conversation. It was more of
Sports
like
Illustrated cover. Come on,
that was more of like what it could be, and it never did it.
2020 or 2019, that offense was one, like maybe not one of the greatest to ever do it, but they were
2020. You're thinking,
but nobody cares. They didn't do anything.
The year Rodgers
agreed,
threw 48.
The Warriors didn't win the title when they won all those games. Doesn't matter anymore.
Well, I mean, people still talk about the Dolphins,
but they won the title.
No, they didn't.
The undefeated team.
Dolphins never went undefeated and won a title.
Yeah, they did.
That was Dan Marino.
No,
Dan
it was not Dan
never
Marino.
won.
No, Greasy was the quarterback.
Yeah, Greasy did that?
Yeah.
Ah, my bad. My bad.
All right, well, let's keep on moving.
All right, let's stay in that division.
All right.
The
AFC
AFC
I'm
North.
swiping left, by the way. Packers over Ravens. That's my pick.
I agree with you. I think it's tight, though.
It is.
Even tighter, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Same as the Packers. 3 Super Bowl appearances in that time frame, and they won 2 of them.
I can't give you the Ravens and the Steelers, so you got to give me one of them. Because to me, they're very similar. Again, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season.
Wait, what do you mean?
The Ravens and the Steelers, to me, both are a case of like, fine, flip a coin, personal preference here, as far as with the Packers. If you're not going to give me the Ravens, you're going to knock the Ravens off this list, then I got to take the Steelers here.
See, I don't think that you can just say that, like, okay, these 2 teams are so close, I can't give you both of them for like no reason.
Because you don't have a hard specific reason. Regular season wins are just meh. So to me, one or the other.
Okay,
the
so the playoffs are similar, right?
I'm putting the Steelers
Regular
over this
seasons are super similar. I'm gonna go with the other things that you can tangibly point to, and you've got what was it, 3 for Brett and 4 for Rodgers for MVPs? What do you got for the? You don't even have.
I couldn't even tell you how many MVPs Michael Jordan won. You guys are so. I guess if you don't win titles, MVPs matter a lot more.
Well, I mean, something's got to matter, Jim. What are you just going to sit and like sulk about the losses all the time? You got to grasp at straws here.
Fine.
And when we're making this argument,
we're in Wisconsin. Fine. No Steelers, no Ravens. Even though it's more impressive than what they've done.
So close
and better.
Like, but again, I'm with you. Coin flips.
Okay. All right.
Last one for you, fellas. I think. Well, actually, 2 more. Let's go 2 more.
I got a team that
Denver
you're
Broncos.
not going to mention. Broncos.
Broncos are over.
They had 3 Super Bowls?
Correct.
Yeah. Broncos.
And 4 appearances.
Yeah, they win. I mean,
3 wins.
If Super Bowls and championships and appearances are the end all be all, that's why the Cowboys. I know it's so removed, but here we are talking about Brett Favre's MVPs. I think I got to throw Cowboys in now.
It's not like they're devoid. They were winning with Tony Romo. They won regular season
I must
games
add,
with Dak.
I screwed up with the Steelers. They have 4 appearances. I missed one. They lost to Dallas in the early 90s.
Still fine. It's fine.
Close. Okay. I mean, that definitely puts the Steelers closer.
All right.
All right. Last one coming up, but I just want to reset for anybody just tuning in. We're playing Tinder time on Rutledge and Hamilton, comparing the Packers' resume to other NFL teams the last 30 years, seeing where the Packers rank, if they're top 5 or not.
If you don't mention this team, I'm going to.
I think it's the one I'm about to mention.
Okay.
Is it the Seattle Seahawks?
No.
Okay,
I got one
same
too.
division.
Oh, yeah, San Francisco.
Yeah.
We'll get to them in a second.
Okay.
Seattle first.
Ooh.
What, 2 appearances, 1 win?
I believe it is more than that. Let me double check.
1 Super Bowl win, though.
1 Super Bowl
win.
I can't.
3 appearances.
3 appearances.
2006, 14, and 15.
6.
Okay, so they have the same appearances and less Super Bowls. I mean, based on a lot of this, and that's, again, why I'm going to throw the Cowboys ahead now.
I'm going to give you the Packers, yeah.
I think it's the Packers.
If we're tightening that window, it'd be the Seahawks. In Aaron Rodgers' window, I'd probably give it to the Seahawks. But in the Favre Rodgers window, I will give it to the Packers.
Seahawks only had 2 appearances in the Russell.
06, 14, and 15. That's 3 NFC championships, 1 Super Bowl.
Yep. Same with San Francisco.
Gotcha.
San Francisco won it in 95, and they made it and lost in both 2013 and just a few years back in 2020.
I'll put the Packers over them as well. Again, 1 isn't going to do it.
Yeah.
A lot of regular
One
season
can't
wins.
do it. I just have so much salt in my blood for San Francisco. One, obviously the Kaepernick time, but even when I was younger, Steve Young, I remember those battles with Steve Young and Brett Favre, and I feel like they won like 3 or 2 of those when 2 of the 3 that they might have played in for NFC Championship?
Now
game?
you're leaving one team off this list here. The Giants.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Now here's the thing: what was Brett Favre's first year? If we did it from when
92.
when Brett Favre came in the league, the Giants are in it because the Giants won the Super Bowl in 1991.
They did.
And then 2008 and 2012.
right.
So
they, but
90s
in
through
our
now, they're-
frame, in our
Right.
time frame that we're playing, they have 2 appearances, 2 wins.
that
Right.
is the only 2 appearances. I know they have 2 wins. I don't know if there are only 2 appearances. I honestly cannot remember who loses Super Bowl all the time. No, 3 because they lost to the Ravens.
Baltimore, yeah, 2001.
Oh, so they have similar numbers. Now, I know you hate the regular season. We can all agree that the Packers have had much better regular seasons than the Giants in that team.
Sustained success, right?
Sustained
like
success,
that's
yeah.
what needs to be noted here with Green Bay. That's what
Yep.
makes them unique,
Yep.
right? Sustained
not
success without getting to the Super Bowl,
Right.
right? Because other teams that have had sustained success, i.e., New England, the New York Giants, gotten back several times.
The Chiefs are right there as far as this. I mean, the Ravens
At
and the
this point,
Steelers,
yes.
they
Yeah.
just like again, if you're looking for mirror images, it's the Ravens and the Steelers. Realistically,
Yeah,
the-
San Francisco too, I
and
think
San
you could throw in
Francisco,
there,
all
yeah.
those teams that are right there, winning, always there in the regular season,
Yeah.
never coming through.
It's almost like a tied for
So,
4th
all
right
right,
now.
we're gonna settle on this. Packers 5th best organization over the last 30 years.
Who did,
I'll take
who did
that.
you put 4th?
I'm gonna put the Cowboys in there. I don't
I
have
did
a
too.
specific order.
I'm looking at it. What did
So
you, what do
I
you
have Patriots, Chiefs, Broncos, Cowboys.
I'm excited for when
wow.
we play this game in 3 years, and then we can no longer talk about the Cowboys.
Yeah, right. If we're just going back 30 years.
You
Cowboys
hate
out.
the Niners or the Cowboys more?
Ooh, Niners. Just saltier taste in my mouth because in my lifetime, that's the team that would beat us more often.
Cowboys or the Giants more?
Cowboys.
Don't move too far
Dislike
ahead,
the Cowboys
or you'll
more.
have to drop the Favre Super Bowl. So you don't want to get too far.
Yeah,
ahead.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Just in
Long
3 years. Just in 3 years. In 4 years, I'm not looking forward to this.
Yeah, so I think the Packers are 5 because we had to move the Cowboys up.
Does that surprise you? Does it surprise either one of you? 844-770-3776. You can chime in as well. Does it surprise you over the last 30 years? I think it's fair to say. And it's not a hard, it's not a hard 5. I mean,
Yeah. No, because the Ravens, Pittsburgh, and even the Giants have like arguments.
this is all an eye test here.
Yeah.
But I think 5 is fair because maybe if we look too hard into the Cowboys, but if you examine the other teams more, one of those other ones that were fringe ones, we get over it. So I feel good about 5 as far as where they're at, but it is surprising.
I mean, I guess it's definitely, it's not super surprising when you think about like the Patriots. It's like, duh, the Chiefs.
Okay, but I'm going to look
Duh.
at it like this. Patriots, Hall of Fame quarterback in the prime.
Yeah.
Chiefs, I shouldn't say that. More than that, like top tier quarterback in their prime.
Yeah.
Broncos, Elway at the end of his career got those rings. And then end of his career, Peyton Manning. Cowboys, Troy Aikman is not what Favre or Rodgers is.
No, but he had a great offensive line.
Right, but
and a
I'm
great
saying that
running
like
back.
the Ravens didn't have that guy. The Steelers don't have that guy. The 49ers didn't have that guy.
Well,
the
I
Seahawks
mean,
game.
Ben Roethlisberger was pretty darn good.
but it's
He'll be a
not
first
it's
ballot
not Aaron Rodgers. So is
He's
Eli
not Aaron
Manning.
Rodgers,
Eli Manning's
but I
really
would-
darn good too.
You could say with the way Ben was able to like
But that's why
stay in the pocket, take
he's
hits.
Aikman. He's like Aikman-esque of like
Yeah. I mean,
Aikman
I
and Eli and
I'm
Ben
putting
are a
them all-
tier
I'm
below.
putting a slight notch above like Eli and Aikman for.
But I mean, they're
Ben.
still below Rodgers. Rodgers
Yes.
in the regular season, success-wise, is in that Brady Mahomes conversation. And the there's 3 other teams that didn't have that guy.
That's true.
And the Packers had it twice.
Right. And you can. So you're trying to say that those teams that didn't have that guy are a little bit more impressive because they didn't have that golden ticket. That
And surprising. Like when you look into it, you look at it and you say, we've had this franchise, like,
Now,
it's not even franchise
to be
QB.
fair
It
with
should-
the
next
be fair
level.
with those Cowboys though, like the Cowboys did have 2 borderline Hall of Famers, like Aikman obviously, but Romo's probably on the cusp.
Yeah, but he's still not.
He's probably not gonna.
Well, he's not.
Make
I mean,
it.
like we can't put Romo
But
and
he had
Rodgers
a
in the
good-
same conversation.
No, definitely not. But like you look at the Ravens and they haven't had that guy since Lamar Jackson. Like Flacco was pretty good. He got that giant contract and then they fell below the Flacco line.
Right.
So like there really wasn't that guy for the Ravens. The Pittsburgh had it because Big Ben played 17 years. 16 years.
Most teams outside of Packer, I guess the point is you wouldn't trade Favre and Rodgers for Aikman because those guys, especially Aikman, that team, because nobody calls Emmitt Smith the greatest running back of all time, even though he has the all-time rushing leader numbers. Like nobody's calling him that. Those teams, though, might have been the greatest teams assembled. Those teams with the Cowboys were loaded. You look back on that and you look at Hall of Famers off those teams, and the fact that like Aikman and Smith are not considered one of the best of all time at the position. But you had Irvin. Yeah, I was just going to say. And then what was it? Who was their? Gosh, not Witten. Who was the tight end before Witten? Novacek? No, what was their? Gosh, Jay Novacek, I think. A guy. So their tight end had a bunch, like a big time guy.
Yeah.
And then they had their Dale Johnston too. Their fullback got a little pop, but then their offensive line was all Hall of Famers. The defense was great. I mean, those Giant teams were ones for the ages. Those might be the greatest teams ever assembled, even though they didn't have like those massive 1 year sort of high win ones. But they're all winners. Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Over $13 million in jackpots already this year. Go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. Matt Hamilton's a winner. Presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. The Brewers are coming home to American Family Field on Monday, April 3rd for a new season and new bragging rights. Want to make sure you have tickets for it? All you have to do is open an Associated Bank Brewers checking account by February 28th, and you'll score 2 opening day tickets for free. Supplies are limited, so act fast. I made the switch to Associated Bank, and you should too. Visit associatedbank.com/brewers for more.
The Brewers opening day ticket bonus is limited to an individual opening a new personal checking account through February 28th, 2023. Minimum deposit required to receive a bonus is $25 for Associated Access Checking or $100 for Associated Balance Checking or Associated Choice Checking. Please see a personal banker or visit associatedbank.com/brewers for complete offer details. The Milwaukee Brewers are not a participant or sponsor of this promotion. Member FDIC.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs.
I never thought about space in my cramped apartment, but in this house, all I see is empty space. The sofa and ottoman look like tiny islands in a sea of hardwood floors. I could get 2 ottomans in the living room, but then I'd need another sofa. I could tell people I'm into minimalism.
Anyway, when you save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto, that's the easy part of adjusting to the suburbs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers.
Hi. Who's this?
Buzz. He appears whenever you eat Honey Nut Cheerios.
Like a genie?
Sure.
Ooh, does he grant wishes? I wish I lived in a giant boot. No, I wish I could swim with a humpback whale. No.
I can grant you a delicious bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, which can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
Ooh, with heart shapes, too.
Happy heart-shaped Cheerios are back for a limited time. Pick up a box of Honey Nut Cheerios at your local store for an easy, delicious, and heart-healthy start to your day.
Gorman & Company has Toshiba copier printers at their offices all across the country, all from James Imaging Systems. Gorman & Company Information Technology Manager, Ben Keepers.
They are our longest standing vendor partner that I've had at Gorman & Company.
For over 18 years, James Imaging Systems, Toshiba document imaging, content management, and workflow integration. The benefit to you as an IT manager, Ben?
The ability for me to put them to work. Maybe there are things that I could do and I can just pass it off to James Imaging, really making my life easier as a manager.
James Imaging Systems, your local office technology partner.
The partner who can make my life easy is certainly a partner I'm going to stick with.
Ben, would you recommend James to others?
I would absolutely recommend James Imaging Systems.
Start your relationship with James Imaging Systems today. It's easy to do. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local office technology partner.
Stoughton Health provides comprehensive and compassionate care to Stoughton community and the entire Madison area. From our sports rehab facilities in Oregon and Stoughton to our renowned ortho team with Dr. Ravel, Stoughton Health can help. Learn more at stoughtonhealth.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, featuring national curling champion Matt Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN.
That's right. I can't believe you already got the big voice on me.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, featuring national curling champion Matt Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN.
We need to get photos of Matt in like Patrick Mahomes and Melvin Gordon. Cigar, holding the Coors Light. So we got a medal. No?
Yeah, Mom took that.
Yeah.
Mom scooped that real quick.
Should take Becca's too?
I mean, yes. Let's just say yes. I won't embarrass my sister this time.
Man, you're worse than Chris Orr. Chris Orr, when you're out, kept on like trying to half start stories. We're like, no, you have to tell the story or not tell the story.
Becca lives at home, so yeah, Mom's got the medal.
Ma, meatloaf.
Yeah, exactly.
Ma, medal. Oh man,
We
Rutledge and
did
Hamilton.
get some.
Amazing
Everybody's ego takes
cereal
a shot
bowls.
on this show.
What's that?
We get a big bowl, like a silver bowl, and we got a ton of them. So like now I've got I could have most of the office over for cereal because I've got the perfect cereal bowls for us.
Great.
Or we could fill them up with
Awesome.
some CLs, fill them up with some Coors Lights.
See, that's a hell of a lot more intriguing.
Chug
than
them out of the.
It
eating
is-
Cocoa Puffs with Jim Rutledge
They
in the
are
morning.
they are not easy to drink out of. Very large drinking pool.
Hey, Jimmy, I'll meet you for Lucky Charms at the Hamilton House tomorrow.
You guys are
but-
invited. I got cereal.
Sounds like a good
What
time.
kind?
Probably Fruity Pebbles and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You would have
Big
Fruity
Cinnamon
Pebbles.
Toast Crunch.
My
Well,
I
my
also love
kids are
Cinnamon Toast
incredibly jealous of you guys. We were at the local grocery store, and my wife was shooting down their choices left and right as far as.
Well, bring them over.
No, like seriously, they're like, you gotta find something healthy. Walks over, big box of the Reese's peanut butter.
Yes,
Then
dude.
goes back, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Is this healthy?
Come
Like,
on, CTR or CTC. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's the
is
best cereal. I agree.
It's the best. I agree.
Oh, I agree, but maybe not the best way for a 6-year-old to start the day.
Come
Don't
on.
need that hard sugar crash. I guess it's not our problem.
You're such a hardo.
Yeah, it's not your problem. They're at
Judgmental
school.
Jim. Not a hardo. I just want
Just
to
make
have
sure they have something else
people
with it.
like me.
They don't just have to have just cereal. Give them like a hard-boiled egg too, or something.
There you go. 844-770-3776.
You're clearly a father. Yeah.
Kids like
You-
hard-boiled
you,
eggs. right?
clearly have kids, Matt.
Yeah.
They're very
Kids
obvious.
don't like scrambled eggs for the most part. Ryan and Madison chimes in. Matt Hamilton has met your resident psychedelic advisor at the Jade Monkey.
Good bar.
He knows my girlfriend.
Interesting.
So, all right, Matt. Explain.
No, can you repeat that? 'Cause
She is the.
No, I wanted to leave that part off. So.
Okay.
Matt Hamilton has met your resident psychedelic advisor, which is Ryan and Madison, who called in last week and explained that he can tell us all about
ayahuasca.
About ayahuasca. But he says that you've met him at the Jade Monkey and that you know his girlfriend.
Ayahuasca.
That's Chris Orr trying to say ayahuasca.
I believe you, Ryan.
She's the GM at Angelo's in McFarland.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I do know Ryan. And
Ayahuasca.
I met him there for the first time at the Jade Monkey like 3 weeks ago. So
Great bar. I was there 3 weeks ago. We got overlapping schedules.
Yeah, you make no effort to come see me.
Brett LeClaire chimes in. Can we start the fire guard talk?
No.
Brett, we already started it. It was last week. We had the conversation last week. Not now, not in season. I'm not really for in season firing.
Give him another year.
Wouldn't be too upset.
I don't know if he gets another year. We'll give him the end of this year and see if he
He'll-
can't
he'll
right the
give him
ship a little bit.
What has to happen? And we'll go to break on this.
He's
Actually,
owed
no, wait,
so
stop.
much money.
Well, I don't care about the money. It's not your money. There's always
I know
money.
it's not my money.
There's always money in the banana stand, whether it's for the salary cap or it's for paying coaches.
Fair.
Always money available. We're gonna get Alex Stroh's answer on the other side.
Okay.
What has to happen with Badger basketball for Greg Gard to be fired this offseason? This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, featuring national curling champion Matt Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Stroh.
There may be snow on the ground, but now is the time to get excited about enjoying the outdoors on luxury patio furniture. Let the trained staff of the Bruce Company help you bring your outdoor dreams to life. The Bruce Company, your outdoor living experts. Former Packers right tackle Brian Bulaga, Iowa, joined Wilde and Tausch as a guest host on Thursday and talked about what it was like as a Hawkeye facing the Badgers year after year.
I always looked at it as we're going against essentially the same team. They want to play the same style. They want to run the ball, pound the rock, play good defense, bend, don't break type of defense. You always knew going into the game exactly what it was going to be like, a tough physical game.
Find the full 3 hours with Brian Bulaga at WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app.
Lock in your prices at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin by February 28th and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Jim Rutledge here from Rutledge and Hamilton, weekdays 2 to 4 on ESPN Madison. Listen to Matt and I every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some booze. And continue to listen for your chance to win the grand prize of throwing back a drink with the Rutledge and Hamilton crew. This month, we're giving away Simply Spiked Lemonade, a new line of bold, full-flavored spiked lemonades crafted from the lemonade experts at Simply. Listen every Thursday for your chance to win.
Simply Spiked Lemonade, a new line of bold, full-flavored spiked lemonades crafted from the lemonade experts at Simply. Made with 5% real fruit juice that's been squeezed and concentrated, plus a little fizz. These beverages are bursting with sweet and tart lemonade flavor. Choose from 4 delicious flavors, including strawberry, blueberry, watermelon, and signature lemonade. Try some Simply Spiked Lemonade, a deliciously refreshing and full-flavored lemonade with 5% alcohol and real fruit juice.
To talk about his experience with Ridgetop Exteriors, here's Madison area customer Tom.
When our family needed a new roof, windows, and doors, we wanted to go with a company that we could trust. The team at Ridgetop Exteriors far exceeded our expectations. They communicated with us every step of the way and provided affordable financing options that fit our budget.
Ridgetop Larry here. Thanks for choosing Ridgetop Exteriors for your home's next project. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com for a free estimate.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. It's the perfect time of year to take your next adventure off-road in a powerful Chevy Silverado. Round up the whole gang for some family fun in a Chevy Equinox. Hey kids, let's go. Or take your night on the town by storm in a stylish Chevy Blazer. Make more memories and take on the road ahead, wherever it leads you. Find new experiences, find new roads. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
3801 is your total.
Oh, I'll use my new Lake Ridge Bank card.
They say Lake Ridge Bank is a community bank. Does that really matter?
I think it matters where you bank. It means the money deposited in Lake Ridge Bank stays in our communities. You know that new business down the street? That was financed by Lake Ridge Bank. They even sponsor my kids' teams.
Oh, wow. So it really does matter. How do you know so much about Lake Ridge Bank?
Because I bank there. Visit us online at lakeridge.bank.
Member FDIC. For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors.
I get knocked down, but I just keep my head up high.
All right. The fans been waiting throughout the commercial break here, Alex
On the
Stroh.
edge of their seats.
Oh, I bet.
Rutledge
I bet.
and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. What we asked Alex Stroh before the break, Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Alex Stroh with you. What would have to happen for Badger basketball? And Nebraska was a pretty nasty and horrendous loss that I, for some reason, tortured myself watching. It just
because you love college hoops, bud.
It was like
they
daughter
play with
had
so much passion.
My daughter had a friend over. They were playing downstairs. My wife went and watched her show upstairs, and I was like, "All right, I guess I'll just turn on this game and fall
Torture
asleep.
myself.
Enjoy some Coors Lights.
Yeah, I did enjoy some Coors Light. Didn't
There you
help me
go.
falling asleep though. But all right, so what has to happen for Greg Gard to get fired for guard Stan Alexstrove?
Stan.
Yeah.
All right.
You ride the hardest for Gard.
Look, I'm pretty adamant about this, right? Like, I absolutely do not see a situation in which Greg Gard gets fired at the end of the season, during this season, or before next season, right? Like, I just do not see that happening.
Okay.
In order for it to happen, though, I believe they need to lose out. They have 6 games remaining, and it's a tough schedule, right? Like, it is not a forgiving 6-game stretch. They host Michigan, host Rutgers, host Iowa, go to Michigan, host Purdue, then go to Minnesota. If the nail in their coffin for this season is losing at Minnesota, I think Gard's gone. But I legitimately, if they go 1-5 in that stretch and they beat Minnesota, I think he's safe.
I don't know,
but I think it gets really risky. If he goes anything worse than 2-4 in this 6-game stretch, then I think we could have a conversation.
You want to know what my take on this is?
What's your take on this?
Mac, start fresh. Cut that Bo Ryan tree down. No more branches off the Bo Ryan coaching tree. Get someone new. Go try and steal Shaka Smart from Marquette or something. But
that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Mac's making a impression on Badgers, and I don't think he's just going to stop at football. Like, he wants our college hoops team to be good. He's got a stout volleyball team already, so he kind of inherited that. So great, but like, there's room for improvement in other sports, especially when it comes to basketball. The Badgers have always, not always, but they've had a lot of very good success, never winning titles, but being good, solid teams, winning Big Tens, getting to Final Fours. They got to the finals one year, so they won the COVID year on the what was it, the mock, right? Or what was it? They what's it called?
It was a simulation.
A simulation. They won the simulation during the COVID year.
Damn straight.
But I really do think that Mac's kind of not going to be happy with this season, and kind of how. And he knows what's been going on, right? He's looked at the Badgers. We haven't been super stout for a minute.
I disagree with that. I think this team has been played exceptionally well under Gard given circumstances, right? The one year,
what circumstances?
The 1 year they missed the tournament, they were injury riddled, right? Brad Davison was a true freshman way back then, right? That was like 18 years ago. But Brad Davison was a true freshman playing with a shoulder injury and like led the team in scoring, right? Like, that was the year they missed the tournament because there were so many injuries, and Brad Davison was relied on to be their top scorer. That was the 1 year he's missed it. Last year, obviously disappointing, right? You're in Milwaukee, essentially in front of a home crowd. Chucky Hepburn gets hurt. You don't have your point guard for the second half of the game.
I'm over this.
In the
That's
NCAA
recruiting.
tournament.
Have players.
And not only recruiting,
they lack depth, obviously.
Coaches pick strength
but the transfer
and conditioning
portal
coaches.
hasn't helped that either.
Coaches pick strength and conditioning coaches. Like, if they are not prepared and physically ready to play.
Remember,
no,
also,
a lot of those
we're going to
injuries,
sit here and rip the
lot
strength and coordinating coaches.
No, I'm ripping Gard. I'm telling you, like, a lot of like strains and injuries like that, like hamstring injuries and stuff like that, that's due to not being prepared for the season. And look at a lot of those Badger players. It's not like they had broken arms, right?
Well, this was 6 years
There
ago.
was also, I don't know, and I'm not saying all these guys are great, but there was also a mini mutiny on this team.
There
He
was
gets credit
but
because
Gard's still here. The other guy that led that mutiny allegedly is not here.
But I'm saying he didn't just rile up people on BS. Gard had a problem and he fixed it, so he gets blamed for it and he gets credit for fixing it.
Sure.
So
Yeah, I
like,
give
I'm
you
not
that.
part of it, but like,
I just think it's time for a change. Give the Badgers basketball team a facelift.
it's been a
We've
whole lot of-
Fire-hungry Badger fans, man.
It's been a
this
whole
whole fickle thing has set a horrible precedent. Go ahead, Jim.
No,
Sorry.
you're just all we're asking for.
Is it a horrible precedent?
Yes.
I disagree.
Why? The Badgers football team has been decent, and they got rid of their coach.
Worse than the basketball team.
In the short term, Paul Chris is a more successful head football coach than Greg Gard is a basketball coach. Greg Gard has nothing on his resume.
I mean,
like
in
that
terms of
orange graphic.
accolades, sure.
Yeah.
In terms of accolades, I'll give you that. But he's a 2-time coach of the year in the Big Ten.
I don't care.
He's won the conference several times.
He won the conference with 18 wins. Let's put that in context.
Who cares?
That's a crappy season.
In a year,
Bo
you're
Ryan
picked to
never
pick-
won less than 20.
Okay.
So put the
it's
18 in context, please.
You're winning the conference, you're winning the conference.
Okay, but
Yes.
there's context involved. to it.
It's good, but like
Conference win is a conference win.
conference
Big
win
Ten is
when
one.
everyone's
lower
booty
our
is not-
expectations?
I'm not lowering your
You are.
expectations. If you're winning the Big Ten, I don't care how many games it takes.
What do
Winning
they
the
do
Big
that
Ten
year?
is
What do they do in
incredibly
the- What do
tough.
they do in the postseason?
Which year was that?
What they did is didn't make the Sweet 16. That's for sure. Maybe they won one game and lost, or they lost the first round. It doesn't matter.
They made the Sweet 16 the first 2 years he was the head coach.
One of those years was the handoff from Bo. That's a long-ass time ago. Regardless, they've missed a tournament or lost in the first round every year since.
Well,
that's
round,
pathetic.
Yeah.
So basically,
they win a tournament game every year.
Who cares? That is such a pathetic bar to set. Why are we, again, I get so mad about this.
So what is the bar then?
20 wins every year, get to the Sweet 16 more than once in a blue moon. How about maybe win a weekend and maybe don't blow your one NBA player and lose in the first round because you have no other talent around them. Maybe don't blame your injuries for everything because you either have better talent or a better strength and conditioning or any of that.
I don't disagree with any of that, but I think he deserves some slack.
I think we can do better. That's my point.
For a while,
it's been a whole lot of meh.
Like
fair,
he got slack when there was that like uprising, and then he kind of righted the ship a little bit. But part of that ship righting was because he had a guy like Johnny Davis.
But when you're getting selected to take 11th or 10th or 9th in the Big Ten, and you're going and winning it,
Bo
in the regular
that
season,
happened all the time with Bo too. It happens all the time with Badgers.
That's disrespect. It means you're clearly playing better and you are a better coach than anybody's giving you credit for.
Okay.
And that's why he deserves credit and slack.
Here's where also, and you cannot defend this.
Sure.
This style of play is hard to recruit.
Absolutely.
This style of play is hard to fundraise for.
Absolutely.
This style of play is killing excitement for the team.
That I'll disagree with, but I would agree with the rest of it.
What do we talk about with this show? We talk about how the casual fan cares about the shock and awe, the quarterback, the big plays. We don't try to get into the minutia.
Sure.
Casual fan they don't get that excited about 18 wins. Big Ten title or not. Most fans are not calling that back.
That and like
it's not that exciting.
Jim makes a great point.
Tournament, NCAA tournament is what fans care about.
That and they want players that are flashy. Like when was the last time we had a guy like Davis? It was a while.
Last year. Oh, you mean prior to that? Decker, probably, right?
Probably Decker.
Do you agree with that?
And he was.
Ethan Happ wasn't flashy, but
Ethan Cat could jump over a pencil, so no.
I just think like if we're trying to recruit guys that we think are going to be like future NBA guys, you want a system that these guys want to play in. They want some of that. They want to play jazz, as Jim says. The Badgers basketball team is a marching band.
I agree with you. I look, everything you guys are saying is correct. Like I don't want to make this like we're debating this, right? You are right on this, but
you just want to give Guard another season. That's what you're saying.
Yes, but B also, I just want to respond to one thing you said, and then Jim can jump in, is when you talk about like future NBA guys, I think people lose sight of how rare that is to begin with, right? They all go to Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, and then it's overseas guys.
Why do you think they go there?
John Lure.
Because you can go one and done. That's just not how we build programs.
They can, but they also have an offense and a game style that allows them to showcase their talents.
Right, but
maybe those guys want to come here.
Which is what good players want to do, is showcase their talent.
I think Tyler Harrow is a very good example of that, right? Is an in-state guy that initially committed and then went elsewhere.
I think Tyler had a lot of issues.
Well, I agree with that. I don't agree with that. I know that.
Yeah,
Jim.
Tyler couldn't get qualified to go to high school in Madison, much like the Madison University, Wisconsin, Madison. All right,
but he's basically he makes the point that like even if he did come here, he probably wouldn't have been drafted as high in the NBA. Didn't Hero win like 6th man of the year?
Sure did.
You got to showcase your talent. So he went to a school where he can showcase his talent, where coaches are like,
look, it's just like we're not turning out NBA talent every year. That's not the brand.
But under Bo, there
were
were guys.
By firing a head coach, you're not going to reset
But
the
under
brand.
Bo, there were first-round picks.
2 of them.
No, Devin Harris.
3 of them, excuse me.
And then John Lure was drafted, and Brian
59th
Butch.
overall pick. I don't think Butch was drafted.
He had a nice long NBA career, John
Lure
Lure
did, yeah.
Yes. Butch played in the NBA. Steesma played in the NBA. Like, Brad Davidson can't carry a jockstrap in the NBA, let alone play in it, okay? So where's Reavers? Where's Trice? Like, Jordan Taylor has been playing for 15 years professionally at a high level. At least go play high level European basketball.
Hey, Brad is.
No, he's not. It's not high level.
Sure he is.
No, it's not.
What country is he in?
God knows.
Lithuania, I think.
Yeah, Ben
Bruss played
levels.
there, yeah. So did the Ball brothers.
Yeah, not high level. So, I mean,
Bruss is now a radio guy.
Yeah. Keaton Ankenville played in Germany, which is a better, higher level.
I just think if we had a coach that really, really like had a scheme that showcased the offensive talents of players, you would get more recruits. Yeah, we might lose some guys, but the potential coming in. would be massive.
My whole point is, Matt, and correct me if I'm wrong on it, I'm not going to miss anything if they get worse than this. It just, there hasn't been like a lifeblood, and you were around for the Bo Ryan teams. Like there was just like a buzz around because, yeah, they played Badger basketball, but like they were good. Even forget the Final Four teams. Even before that, like they'd beat Duke here and they'd win these big games.
Some of those ACC games,
and they were always, and Bo was a presence, and there's this whole thing, and it was just a buzz around the program. I'm fine. If it fell off a cliff, I don't even know if I would notice. 844-770-3776. Don in Sun Prairie chiming in.
Hey, Don.
Hey, guys. You guys are talking about firing Guard, but where's the talk about firing Granato?
And that's fair. I'm not a hockey
That hockey
aficionado.
team is
Go ahead.
That hockey team is a joke compared to what it used to be. We used to be a national power, and now we're kind of a joke.
That's fair. It's kind of the wrong weekend to do that, given that they just beat the number 1 Gophers this weekend. So
yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you
what
that.
you're
There was a
saying,
good game on Saturday, but
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. At least about the fact that the Badgers have not been what they used to be.
Yeah, but we've gotten that text and call before, but yeah.
I think Granato's gone before Guard. I'll tell you that much. I was actually going to say that earlier. I'm glad Don chimed in on
JB from the V chimes in. I can't handle this bozo Alex. He's fine with mediocrity. Fire Guard yesterday.
Not the first time I've been called a bozo. That's all right.
Or mediocre.
Who doesn't like mediocrity? I mean, come on.
I don't like mediocrity.
I'm kidding. I don't look. I understand the frustration, and I think that's what's getting misconstrued. I'm not sitting here and saying, I love losing in the first round of the NCAA tournament. That's not what I'm saying.
I have a good question.
I just think he's a better coach than we're giving him credit for. Go ahead.
What is Greg Gard's ceiling here at the UW? What's his ceiling?
Final Four.
You think the Final Four?
I do. I think he's a good enough coach. I think he's a really good basketball coach.
No, I'm talking. Yeah, he's good enough. If he
Paul
had
Chris
all
was
the
a good
players,
coach, too.
if he had
I
all
agree
the
with
players from like Purdue, yeah, he could make it to the Final Four. I'm talking.
Are you saying this year?
No, I'm saying with the way he recruits and the way he's brought people in. What's his ceiling? I don't think Final Four is it anymore.
Okay. I disagree.
You still think it's Final
What
Four?
evidence do you have that Final Four could be Greg Gard's ceiling?
I think he's a terrific head coach.
Paul Chris is
You
a
just
great
need to go on a
X's and
run,
O's.
right? Like you saw it last year with a team like North Carolina, right? They had a horrible regular season. They get in as a 10 seed, I think, and they make the national championship.
Are
game.
you what?
And you think
You just need to get on a run. I did just get back from Denver. Let's keep that in mind.
Dear
residual
God.
effects from Alex Stroh today?
We have to. I didn't want to do. We have to continue this on the other side. This guy, the Final Four. We just
Is that a poll question?
We'll get to that. We'll figure it out. We'll hash it out.
Oh my
Because
god!
here's what happened, Matt. We have back Alex Stroh, who apparently is a member of the Guard family tree somewhere, into a corner, and now he is gone with great Guard could lead us to a Final Four. Is what has happened. I've been there, Alex. We backed you in a corner.
The Final Four, the NIT, like not the Final Four, right? You can't be talking about the Final Four.
Oh man, maybe the Final Four at X Golf in one of their tournament plays.
If there was 4 people playing,
go win a tournament, win a trip to Cabo, win some cash, go to X Golf in Madison or in Middleton. Great day to do it. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
This is Jen Latta from Jen Gave
Yeah, it is. And I'm Alex Strofe, the bozo. Your Sports Center update brought to you by the Green and Gold Fix podcast, home to the best Packers conversation from ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe, rate, and review the Green and Gold Fix podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the free Wisconsin On Demand app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Well, you know it by now, but the Kansas City Chiefs, officially the champions of Super Bowl 57, also champions of Super Bowl 57, two former Wisconsin Badgers football players, rookie Leo Chanel, the linebacker, draft pick to the Chiefs earlier last year, finished the game with 6 tackles, including 1 sack for the champions. And then on the practice squad, a longtime NFL running back, Melvin Gordon, a former ESPN Madison intern, also wins his first ring in the NFL. Sticking in the NFL, coming out over the weekend, according to ESPN, the New York Jets have reached out to the Green Bay Packers in regards to Aaron Rodgers' availability for 2023. Nothing has come to light of that yet, but will it? Continued coverage on all things Rodgers Watch over at ESPNWisconsin.com. React to the Super Bowl tonight. A special 2-hour edition of the Great Dane Huddle starts at 6 right after Scalzo and Brust right here on ESPN Madison.
Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Matt's throwing the rock really well right now.
We mentioned earlier, this team goes with when Matt goes. He's such a spark plug.
Nice shot, John!
And drills it for the 3.
And he's done it again.
That will be it.
From the ESPN Madison studio with national champion Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Well, you heard it from Schuster there first. Matt Hamilton to blame why the Team Schuster didn't win the gold this year. Because he said, when Matt goes, we go. So apparently Matt didn't go in the Olympics.
Oh, that's not true.
That's how I heard that. Did you not hear it like that, Alex?
I can't say I heard it like that.
No. Oh, okay. He said, when Matt goes, we go.
It wasn't Schusty for the record.
Oh, who was? I just
the color commentator on the.
That was Tyler George.
Oh, Tyler George, NBC Sports.
But he said we.
Well, he was on the team in 18, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I don't know the.
Yes,
the
he was
Come
on
on,
the team
man.
in 2018. He was on the gold medal.
But he's not
team.
on this team.
To be fair, I had like my best Olympics ever in 2022. My stats were like stupid for what I'm used to. I'm not that good. I played better than I should.
Oh my God! Did you hear that?
Said the guy who used Olympics plural. So,
I mean, it is what it is.
all right, we pumped up that enough. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented
I'm
by
never going to be able to fit out of this studio. These doors are too narrow.
Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
Brett Leclerc chimes in. Get Strofe drug tested. Joe and Black Earth chimes in. At least when Bennett was around, we had the novelty of finally being good. We wore that welcome out. Give guard a year with some actual recruits that look good. Problem is, except for Davis, who his guard developed, and Joe, these recruits are, if they haven't been good, that's on guard.
What do you mean get him recruits? Guard's got to get his own recruits.
So that's also a guard problem. But we got to circle back. We'll get back to the football and everything. But Greg Gard's nephew. What's your relation to Greg Gard, Alex Strofe?
Well, I am not his son who took a gap year and then got to be on the basketball team. That is not me.
Yeah.
So
cheap shot.
Sorry, Isaac. Nice kid.
I want to just throw this out there, right? Like, we got rid of Paul Chris, and we saw his recruiting, and because it's the head coach's recruiting, we brought in Fickle, and now our Badgers recruiting for football is going off.
Yeah,
because we had an exciting coach who's done it, who's got a new kind of system in his air raid offense that a lot of these players are keen on playing in. That is how I'm feeling right now about Greg Gard's basketball style and his recruiting style. We need someone who's got a little more flair, someone who's going to get kids excited to come to Madison. Because let's be real, there's a lot of other schools you'd rather be in November and December and January and February. There's a lot of other places you'd rather be than Madison. So you better have something. You better have some really great carrot to dangle to get these kids to commit. And I just don't think Greg Gard's it.
Well, Greg Gard currently meeting with the media, so he has not been fired yet.
We're not advocating for him to be fired during the season.
I don't
just
want
after
him
the
fired.
season. You're just advocating for it after the season.
I'm saying it's worth a discussion.
It's definitely worth a discussion.
That I won't even disagree with. I think it's always worth a discussion, right? Because I think how it happened with Paul Chris midseason was him and McIntosh had a meeting.
Yeah.
And Chris said, I don't think I have what it takes anymore.
So this is not the first time this conversation has happened, because I pull up Bucky's fifth quarter from like 2 years ago, and it's like, who can replace Greg Gard if Greg Gard is fired?
Exactly.
But you say that like it's a good thing. Like if the coach is popping up multiple times, to Matt's point earlier, like this up and down, and there's not even highs. Like not getting past the first week of the NCAA tournament is not worth the, okay, we want to.
Well, what about the high of
paint me in
making
such
it to
a
the
bad
round
light.
of 32? Oh my gosh, that is such a sweet moment when we win that first game.
Here were some names. Tony Bennett popped up, said likelihood 0. Shaka Smart, I'll put that as likelihood 0, although I would absolutely love it.
Yeah, the likelihood is definitely
Who wouldn't
0.
love that? That'd be so much fun. It established that rivalry just a little
So
bit
here are
more.
some names that have popped up, and I don't know what they're up to now. It's a couple years. So Greg Marshall, Wichita State, Greg McDermott, Creighton. Then you have Rick Stansberry, Western Kentucky. You have LeVar Jordan, Laval Jordan from Butler. Ben Jacobson from Northern Iowa. Leon Rice from Boise State. Brian Wardle from Bradley. I don't think that worked.
Brian Wardle, former Green Bay coach. I
yeah.
covered him for several years. Interesting dude.
Bradley just pumped a team last week.
And then
Brian Wardle is not a Power 5 coach.
Here's what I want. I mean, I know he's at Oklahoma, but I would take Porter Moser from Loyola Chicago.
Yeah.
I went to Oklahoma now. I would take him back in a minute.
I mean, some of these schools, they're not anywhere close to the size of Wisconsin, and they're doing crazy things like Wichita State.
Parity. Something that you have in college basketball that you do not have in college football. Parity.
Kyle Madison chimes in. McIntosh needs to clean house in basketball like he did with football. Gard needs to go 3 years ago. He's only been relevant because Johnny Davis, who saved Gard's job last couple of years. Now, Kyle, that's a double-edged sword because he did recruit Johnny. But here's the thing. I don't think expectations – I don't want to get fire happy, but there's a staleness.
That's what Badgers fans are right now.
There's this look. You're acting
He's been
like
around for a long time. That's a
you're
long
acting
time
like
for
they're
a coach
trying to
be the
fire
head.
Bo Ryan in his prime. Badger fans are, I don't want to say spoiled because it hasn't been the run, but all I'm saying is that I don't think it's insane to ask for the Bo Ryan standard here, which was always win 20, never finish below 4th. Forget the Big Ten. Here's the reason why Big Ten titles don't necessarily impress me. I think Bo won 2. There was a year he won 30 games. The year they went to the Final Four, he didn't win the Big Ten title.
That's right.
So those don't get me that excited. He won a couple Big Ten tournaments as well. And then he had enough Sweet 16s. Because the knock on Bo, here's how I just look at the fall off from Bo to Gard. The knock on Bo, Gabe Neitzel and I used to do a show regularly, and they'd be like, Bo only gets us to the Sweet 16.
Only.
And then only once in a while gets Elite 8. He still had more Elite 8s than Greg Gard had Sweet 16s. But my point being that we had to defend Sweet 16s, and now we're trying to defend making the tournament as like the standard. And so, and winning the game you're supposed to win. And this is where I worry, where are we going? It doesn't look like it's climbing upwards. And that Nebraska game, why are we talking about it today? The game against Nebraska was trash. They've had 2 trash games against Northwestern, and they barely beat and blew a lead against Penn State and pulled that one out last minute as well. I know that's on the road, but Northwestern was at home. I know Nebraska's on the road, but Nebraska's bad. And I'm sorry, this is just, it feels like Badger basketball is slipping to depths we haven't seen in a while. And if you missed the tournament this year, which looks in the crosshairs, now it's 2 missed tournaments. And it is something I think Badger fans rightfully are upset about. Let's get to Ed and Matt down 844-770-3776.
Hi guys.
Hello, Edward.
I don't like the Luke Fickell comparison to sending Greg Gard down the river because I don't think that's fair. Luke Fickell hasn't done anything yet. Yes, he's recruited. Yay. Okay, I'm a big Luke Fickell hire. Yay. I'm glad. Ecstatic. But I don't think it's fair to Greg Gard yet. Let's see how this season how it shakes out. I want to see if they go on a run here at home. They got how many games at home? 4.
4 total. 3 in a row. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 total. So I want to wait. I'm a wait and see kind of guy. I already told you guys last week when, I don't want to see him fired yet. I just don't think it's right. I don't like the comparison. I agree with you that things are sort of teetering in a not a good way, but like I said last week, look what's happened. He lost, 2 players over the last 2 years. One's gone to the NBA, one left the program. Why he left the program, who knows? But I want to just say, I want to wait and see. I'm just not going to get on that wagon with you guys. I'm going to still keep beating the drum for Greg Gard. Now, that last play that Chucky took, that shot.
That was not drawn up by Greg Gard.
That was correct. That was his fault. That is his fault. But the season was supposed to do like a ghost type pick, so to speak, to free up to make the guy from Nebraska make a decision. So I don't, that team can't put that on Gard. That's not on him. He had a great play.
Oh, okay, Ed. Sorry. Thanks for the call. Okay, an easy.
Thank you.
A high pick and roll is not some great play.
Or the fact, like, if your team's not running plays you call, is that
bench him?
This
isn't the first time Chucky's done this.
Is that that's clearly they don't trust your leadership, and that's an issue.
Yeah.
You need guys to buy into whatever you're calling. So that's a little bit my beef with it. And I'm looking at Greg Gard's career here at Wisconsin as a head coach. Sweet 16, missed it. Round of 64, COVID year, round of 32, round of 32. Like, fine. That's like the mediocrity. Are we cool with that? If we're cool with just making the tournament, maybe winning a game or two, and then getting fizzled out, like, then Gard's been great.
I call that the equivalent of 8 wins in the Outback Bowl. And we're not happy with that with football. And the fickle thing, Ed Madtown, and we always appreciate listening. One of the biggest knocks on Greg Gard, on Paul Chris, they were very interchangeable, was style of play and recruiting. Now, we know that the style of play for the Badgers is going to change because they brought in an entire new offensive staff that runs a completely different offense. Now, they're going to obviously not get crazier, but recruiting is already marked in a positive for Badger football in a way it hasn't been in a long time. And that much we can see. Buzz and excitement from college or high school players is real. And about the team. So those things have already been checked. Now, I'm not Fickle and Gard and Chris, that doesn't all connect to me. What I'm saying is the only connection is Chris McIntosh says, I'm not settling for mediocrity trending down. And that's why, for me, Greg Gard should at least be examined in the offseason.
Ben Wargle on Twitter, as Greg Gard currently meeting with the media. Quote, Greg Gard tells me that the Badgers need to get bigger and more experienced in the low post next year and will attempt to do so in the transfer portal in the offseason. Quote, I am not naive to it, end quote, from Greg Gard.
He's listening.
He must be listening. And Jim
got one ear on the press conference, one ear on us.
You're talking about buzz and excitement. And if you're interested in buzz and excitement, you should check out our guys at Ridgetop Exteriors. They provide the best quality roofs, windows, siding, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. They're the trusted, recommended experts, and they consider customer service their number one priority and strive to exceed expectations of the homeowners they serve. Best part is they're local. They live and work in the areas they serve, so the people they're often helping are oftentimes their friends and their neighbors. You can go online right now to ridgetopexteriors.com and get a free estimate for your next home project. And that's ridgetopexteriors.com.
We're going to throw some stones next.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm Vice President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Help us close the book on 2022. We have some 2022 Audis still in stock and ready for delivery. You can also take advantage of 4.99% APR financing for up to 60 months on most 2022 models. Available on select models. See dealer for details and exclusions. $18.87 a month per $1,000 finance. No down payment required. Qualified buyers through Audi Financial Services. Offer ends February 28th. See your Audi brand specialist to set up your test drive today. If you're wanting to leave 2022 in the dust, check out our website to view the variety of 23 models arriving daily. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Zimrick Audi of Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone. Let us leave a legacy on your home.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Jim Rutledge here for Carbon World Health. They are leveling the playing field with their new game-changing semi-glutide weight loss program. You've heard celebrities talk about it. You've seen it on social media, and Carbon World Health has made it available for everyone. That's right. Semi-glutide weight loss programs are not just for celebs and A-list actors. This program is FDA approved and available to you only at Carbon World Health. Do what I'm going to do. Go to Carbon World Health and sign up for this weight loss program.
Hi, this is Brooke from Madison Extracts. Try out our 2,500 milligram CBD formulation for $65. Our 2,000 milligram CBG is only $69. For the highest quality, buy direct from the manufacturer at 1810 Wright Street, MadisonExtracts.com. Hi, this is Brooke from Madison Extracts, Madison's first cannabinoid extraction lab. We manufacture Greene County hemp and seasoned brand products. High potency and high purity is what we are known for. Come visit us at 1810 Wright Street and buy direct from the manufacturer, MadisonExtracts.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
I've been twerking and making smoothies. It's called healing, and I feel better since you see me last. I've been training, I can flex that. So when I shake it, I can shake it fast. Make that camera flash, camera flash, camera flash. If you're looking for the sign,
When's Lizzo going to get a halftime?
and I know you
That'd be a good one.
You know they do that for like free, or they don't get paid for that because it's such a large stage that they get all like the residual basically from it. I did not know that.
So I did see, and I don't know if this is on purpose or not, but her first song was what? Have My Money. So yeah, it's a look. The next thing that you could take a look at after you would be, we fixed or didn't fix, but at least the college players are getting paid now. So like that right or that wrong has been righted. Now there's other issues as far as trying to regulate and everything, but like players getting paid, that's important. That's happening. Next thing people got to look at is fixing artists getting paid and us not paying out the nose for fees for tickets.
Yep. 100%. I don't, I think they do get paid in residual from that.
Not from the, maybe from
the performance. Cause I was looking it up because I couldn't believe it when I heard it. And like people's followers on Instagram go up by like millions. People are selling records out the wazoo.
If you pair it with a tour, which a lot of artists do, like the Rolling Stones, for example.
You guys sound like record executives. She still should have gotten a check.
I'm not disagreeing.
So, like,
I understand the point. They pay for all the production stuff too.
Oh, if somebody like win a gold medal, just use this promo code and you'll get extra. Like nobody wants to be paid on the possibility of earning it down the line. Like she should. That was a draw for the game. She is it's just like college education thing. You're not wrong. There's a value to college education. There's a value to all the things coming through. but she also could have gotten, or at least give a check to her favorite charity.
Yeah, something like
Something. It's Apple and the NFL. Pay these people their money.
I think that's a good idea with the
Or
charity
or
thing.
donate
It's
to a
like, you know
charity.
what? If we donate to your charity and obviously other residual effects of this, it's going to be worth your while.
Yes.
And I mean, yeah, I dig that.
All right. Well, I gave you a stones topic there. Let's throw some stones.
Meh.
The guys live in glass houses, but that's never stopped them before.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
It's time to throw some stones.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
On Rutledge and Hamilton, brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Sure is. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison. Time to throw some stones here on Rutledge and Hamilton each and every day. I scour the interwebs to figure out what the heck's happened in the last 72 hours, because I certainly was not in the frame of mind of the last 72 hours to figure it out then. Jimmy in his sunglasses looking like me the
He
looks
looks like a Blues Brother
I
right
wanted to match your energy.
Yeah, you're doing a good
Matt
job.
was competing for our country.
He was competing for himself to win the title of best in the country.
And then for the right to compete for the country.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
come on,
and then
Stroh.
he's still representing the flag. Come on. And then you were out there representing the green. So
yeah.
I
And the Blue Mountains.
and the Blue Mountains.
A lot of Blue Mountains.
So
brother.
I'm just I'm trying to pick up your vibe. Or I'm going Aaron Rodgers. These glasses are dark.
Okay, we could either view this as a problem or as impressive. I think I probably drank a solid 35 Coors Lights between Thursday and yesterday.
Responsibly?
Responsibly, of course.
Cheers then.
Cheers. Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
What do you got there? Coffee?
Yep.
Nice. All right, let's dive into it. Chad Henne, backup quarterback of the Chiefs, not only won a second Super Bowl as a backup quarterback last night, he announced his retirement on the field after the game. Had a brew in hand and a cigar and said, "This is it," on Instagram. Call it quits. Night of winning the Super Bowl. Matt, I want to start with you. Is that in poor taste as the backup quarterback to steal the spotlight like that?
I don't really think it's stealing the spotlight. I think he's realized that his time had come, and he was, especially on a Super Bowl win. That's a great time. You're with your teammates. You're celebrating. Just be like, hey, guys, this is my last go. This is awesome. Tell you what, if I win a gold medal in 3 more years at the next Olympics, I'm probably going to announce it as well. So pretty cool. I think it's a cool move. It's a classy move on his part.
Did I hear that wrong?
What?
If Matt Hamilton wins a gold, he's going to crush a Coors Light and tell everyone he's done.
Yeah. 2 gold medals at the Olympics in my career.
You're done then?
That would be
You wouldn't go for a third?
It's 4 more years. It's not like just 1 more season. I can win a Super Bowl next year. That's a lot. That's a big commitment. I'd be 42 by the time the next Olympics rolled around.
You're getting old.
I know.
Bad
My
taste?
age, that's old. It was definitely, I think, some sort of paid endorsement there. Like it looked too propped up to be.
You think so?
completely-
I didn't think so.
I don't think the Chiefs were surprised either. So I think that this was staged. I think he got a little kick from a lesser beverage, and I think I'm fine with it. My whole thing is I get Elvis Gerbach and Chad Henne mixed up all the time in my head. Elvis Gerbach, I think, also played at Michigan, played for the Ravens, also retired after not a Super Bowl, but he's the one that took over for Trent Dilfer after they won the Super Bowl, then retired after that one season with the Ravens. And Henne, former Michigan quarterback, I feel like he played for the Bears too. I feel like they both did. I don't know. So many quarterbacks played for the Bears, but I would say I have no problem with it, except for the fact that I don't know that Chad Henne and Elvis Gerbach are not the same person.
I don't think he stole the spotlight either, because this was news to me until I was told.
Yeah, no spotlight stealing. It was like a little social media thing.
I have no idea what just happened with Jim Rutledge. Did he just have a stroke?
Why?
Elvis Gerbach.
Sorry, you don't.
Who the hell is Elvis Gerbach?
That's what people are saying about Chad Henne.
Oh, I know who Chad Henne is.
Oh,
That's
the
just been
same
around
guy.
forever.
Elvis Gerbach.
Who the hell is Elvis Gerbach? It's an awful name, by the way.
Elvis Gerbach. Where did he like to see?
Elvis is a great name.
That's a great name.
Gerbach's not a great name.
Yeah, Gerbach's tough. But Elvis Gerbach played for a long time in the NFL. Super Bowl champion. Went to a Pro Bowl. 3-time All Big Ten at Michigan.
Speaking of Super Bowl champions,
he's only 52.
How about our guy Melvin Gordon? Melvin Gordon officially a Super Bowl champion after spending a majority of the latter part of the season as a member of the Chiefs practice squad. A CBS blog for the Chargers tweeted last night, Melvin Gordon really was the kid in the group project who slapped his name on the final assignment, but he got a Super Bowl ring out of it. Gordon responded with a selfie of him smoking a cigar and holding the Lombardi trophy. I'll hold it up for you guys.
We saw it. Yep.
Epic troll by Melvin Gordon. Jim, Melvin Gordon, the Super Bowl champion. Your reaction?
Well earned. I mean, what a bunch of losers that Charger fan blog is. I mean, get out of here. Like, get a life. What have you done? You're not getting signed to a practice squad. And he got signed to a practice squad of a Super Bowl team because he's a good player. It's clear that Denver was a pretty toxic environment there. I mean, their head coach was fired in 1 year. You can see guys fighting on the sideline. Melvin was scapegoated out. I think Melvin will have a chance to play somewhere else, but he's a champion. I'm not going to nitpick. For an example, Matt, I don't know who your fourth was or fifth was. They're a gold medalist, right? Did they get a gold medal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't play a game.
Are they lesser? Thank you.
This is because like a practice squad guy, there's other things that a fifth guy has to do. This guy helped prepare the Chiefs' starting defense for the Eagles. He's a part of that team as much as anyone else. Whether he made the field during the big game or not, they learned about the Eagles offense because of what Melvin Gordon did in the practice squad. He is just as much a part of that win as anyone else. So that is some low-hanging fruit from those Chargers fan bloggers, and to come after a guy who literally gave himself blood, sweat, and tears to your organization, and then you got rid of him, and he went to the Broncos, and then they got rid of him, and he got onto a good team and was able to help. Forget that. Melvin Gordon's a champion.
Yeah.
Damn straight. Well said. Melvin Gordon, our guy, friend of the show.
I'm going to text him here actually after this. I'm going to say, what's up, champ? I congratulated him yesterday, but...
Did he respond?
No.
I was going to say, he probably got about 800 texts.
Yeah, I sent it right after the game. I was not expecting a response.
Yeah,
I did get one from my college roommate, though. So
how's he doing?
He's good. He's good. He's not a
Think
good...
he slept last night?
No.
No, he's not a good what?
He won't be a good... I would, like, it'd be fun to have him on, but he's a little
What does he
weird.
do?
He's one of their higher equipment guys.
Okay.
I don't know exactly where, but he used to...
The unsung heroes of the NFL.
Hey, Brett Favre called him out in his Packers Hall of Fame speech, Cale Kirby, of like being one of the guys that like was important to him when he was there. And Cale was an intern at that point.
Interesting. Where'd you guys room together? Lacrosse?
Lacrosse, yeah. My one glorious year.
Your college education is one of my favorite parts about you.
Yeah, it's a good time.
What about a 10-year plan you were on?
Yeah. 2 degrees, but 10 years. A couple states.
You're the man.
2 more than I got.
All right, something we haven't talked about yet is the fact that over the weekend, ESPN reported that the New York Jets inquired with the Green Bay Packers about Aaron Rodgers' availability. When I was in Denver over the weekend, by the way, sports gambling legal there, I placed a wager on which team Aaron Rodgers would play for in 2023. You guys likely know who I placed it on, but I'm not going to tell you.
I know who you placed it on.
If you were in my shoes, though, Matt Hamilton, who's Aaron Rodgers going to play for in 2023? Where would you have placed the $20 that I spent?
Oh, man, you know what? I'm like you in the sense that I want him back in Green Bay, but I don't think that's happening. I think they're going to get a deal done with the Jets, and if I had $20, I'd have put it on the Jets.
Yeah, I'd put on the Jets, too. I mean, the Raiders would be too fun, and I actually think the Packers might want to be a little punitive and do the Jets instead of the Raiders. Don't want to give Aaron everything he wants. I do love how the Packers on Super Bowl Sunday go out of their way to put the ball back in Aaron Rodgers' court.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because the report says if Aaron wants to be traded, the Packers are willing to facilitate that. And Aaron's been saying, well, if they don't want me, they can trade me. Because neither one of them want to lose the PR battle. But I think, honestly, that report pushed it to this is too far gone. The Packers leaking out that they're willing to trade Aaron if he wants to be traded. That, to me, feels like a guy's going to be traded.
So we think it's over.
Yeah, I do.
I was a lot more confident prior to this weekend that he'd be back.
Totally agree.
My confidence probably is zipped. It's probably fallen below 50% now. It's probably like 40%.
Yeah, it's too bad this report got leaked after I placed the wager, but it's fine. No big deal.
You bet the Packers, didn't you?
Sure did.
It's still like the safest
Still possible.
bet.
Yeah.
It's not the safest.
But I just mean the idea of like he could go to multiple teams.
Right.
You could just
Was
stay
it
with
not
Packers.
the safest bet on the betting board?
Third most likely. Plus 600 odds.
What was the most likely?
Raiders.
Jets
were second. Packers were third.
Wow.
They
I
would
might
do a
have
lot.
taken it based on those odds.
Yeah,
taking
that's
the
why I did
Packers.
it. That's
Okay, cheeky.
Yeah.
Smart kid.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
Where did you go to school? You smart. You must have been a pointer.
I was a pointer. Damn straight.
Yeah, a little something.
Kissing ass isn't good enough to win. Jim Rutledge, your winner today. Throwing stones.
I won enough.
Half because he wore those shades, man. That was a good look.
It's all right, champ.
Yeah.
Should we continue our little game with from Chris Orr and just say, tough loss, punk?
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, featuring national curling champion Matt Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Looking for a new opportunity? Apply at Fleet Farm during our spring hiring event. Now is your chance to work where you love to shop. Become a Fleet Farm team member and enjoy flexible scheduling in a fun and fast-paced environment. Plus, you'll get a 20% team member discount for you and your family. There's no better time to work at your favorite store. Join the Fleet Farm team during the spring hiring event. Apply at careers.fleetfarm.com.
If you couldn't stop thinking about the flavor of a true 100% blue agave tequila in one of Pascual's Cantina's famous margaritas, then you need to pull a bar stool and take a seat. Our top shelf tequilas are perfect for a day like today. Smooth and rich, slightly herbal with a fresh citrus hint. Whether sipped straight or with a little lime and a rim of salt on the glass, allow me. Pascual's Cantina, bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Pascual's Cantina, Middleton and Verona.
It's the Pat Richter Show with Alex Strofe.
Mac is looking to maximize the program, and it's his job to make sure that the program as a franchise is protected, it's successful, and there were some indications and signs that it was starting to slip, which transmits into revenues and things like that.
The Pat Richter Show, live Saturday mornings at 8 on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Simden Chevrolet in Mount Horeb and Oak Park Place Senior Living Communities.
A new era of Wisconsin football kicks off on September 2nd, and now is your chance to be there when Coach Fickle and the team takes the field. Order your season tickets today. The 7-game home schedule includes Ohio State and Iowa matchups with a savings of up to $222 over the single game pricing. For more information and to purchase your Wisconsin football season tickets, visit uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. That's uwbadgers.com.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Stoughton Health provides comprehensive and compassionate care to Stoughton community and the entire Madison area. From our sports rehab facilities in Oregon and Stoughton to our renowned ortho team with Dr. Ravel, Stoughton Health can help. Learn more at stoughtonhealth.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Until you toe to toe, I should be scared, honey, maybe so. But I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now. Swimming in the floods, dancing on the cloud below. I ain't worried about it.
Rutledge and Hamilton rolls on from the Spark Building. He is Matt Hamilton, national champion.
Coors Light Crusher.
Coors Light Crusher. Alex Strofe behind the glass. I don't know. Oh, what is this? What trophy? What?
He's holding up the gold
medal?
medal I gave him when he showed up to one game at my mixed doubles trial or national championship here in Madison.
You have never lost a curling match when we've been in the same city. Keep that in mind.
I mean, maybe.
Yes, he did because you didn't win your tournament, right?
Yeah.
tournament?
It wasn't a national
But
championship.
he said a tournament. He said curling at all.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Who said I was in the same city that time?
You weren't in Madison at this point.
I could have been in Sun Prairie.
January 6th.
It's the area. Get out of here. Come on.
You were in Dane County.
That's not what I said. I said same city.
See, you back to the. This is like your Greg Gard Final Four stance here. You're grasping at straws.
No, I'm not.
You missed it earlier. Alex Strofe guaranteeing.
Son of Greg Gard.
Son of Greg
Guaranteeing what?
Guaranteed a Final Four for the Badgers.
This year they're gonna make the Final Four.
Call Strofe to get the good stuff that he is brought home from Denver.
Gee whiz.
He's got the Gardo. That's what he picked up. Little red and white coloration. Oh, man. All right. The Badgers basketball team stinks. But I want to get back to the Packers. And again, this is Rutledge and Hamilton. You get the show 844-770-3776. I want to let's run that. We hadn't had a chance to do it, and I want to do it now, where I'm going to run through some Packers angles after the Super Bowl now. We'll run the NFL music. I want to throw it out to the two of you. You can chime in as well, 844-770-3776. Let's fire it up.
The Chicago Bears are now on the clock.
They are on the clock. And one thing is separate from the Bears there, but separately, I'll watch this game. I'm not sure. I just want to get your thoughts on my thinking out loud. I looked at the Eagles and said, if the Packers were going to get to the Super Bowl with Jordan Love, they'd need to do it how the Eagles are doing it.
They can't do it anymore.
Right. And if they want to get to with the Chiefs, they'd have to do it, or excuse me, how the Chiefs did it, which is basically a savant performance from a great quarterback. Because, look, the Bengals might be a better overall football team than the Chiefs, but Mahomes got them by that game, and then same with the Eagles. And Mahomes is just one of those maestro performances. So looking at both of these, I mean, is the path for the Packers just, I'm not saying blow it up, but just roll with Love, draft a QB, and just kind of start over?
I think it is. If we lose Aaron Rodgers this year, blow it up. Let Jordan Love cook. Maybe
see what happens.
Maybe he can show some flashes, and then if you think he's good enough to do it, I mean, you got to pay the guy, and that's not really how 3 of the 4 playoff teams are doing it. You know what I mean? Like part of me is just like, let him go for a year, get a quarterback in the stronger draft class coming up next year, not this coming one, but the year after, and get rid of some of those big ticket items you have right now.
So Adam Madison chimes in off of this, so I'll just throw it out for a bone for him. Would you want the Packers to bring in a guy like Taylor Heineke, who said that he doesn't want to say teams he'd want to play for, but playing for the Packers would always be a dream for him?
Yeah, he grew up a Packers fan.
Like, is it just a safe competition for Jordan?
If Rodgers is gone, I think you got to bring in a guy that's at least had the chops, right? That has started games. I think Heineke started in a playoff game, if I'm not mistaken. I think so, yeah.
I would take 2 swings.
He played against Tom Brady, I think, in a playoff game.
Spot on. Well said.
No, he's not a playoff game because that's NFC, AFC.
When he was with Tampa.
Oh, Tampa.
Yeah,
That's right.
You're right.
You're right.
If I'm the Packers and Rodgers leaves, I'm taking 2 swings. A veteran, whether it's Heineke or Trubisky or someone, to hedge my bets and a quarterback in the first 3 rounds.
I totally
Interesting.
agree.
See, I am under what I would do is I would just give it to Jordan Love next year, and then draft a quarterback.
You don't want to hedge it all though?
No hedge. Because I don't think Jordan Love's going to do it, so I don't think there's any reason to pay a veteran to come in.
I mean, Taylor's probably like a 1-year, $6 million, $7 million deal. Like he's
okay. I mean, whatever.
Go ahead. Yes.
Whatever at that point. I guess he could if he can afford it. Why not? But I'm just thinking, get a rookie after this next season, and then have a little competition. You can pay Jordan Love on a prove it deal if you want, but give him some competition in the quarterback room, make him earn it, and it's probably move forward with that rookie regardless, because then you're resetting the clock. You got a cheap quarterback for the next 4 years, and then hopefully you can build a squad around him. Save that money for those key pieces you need when you see holes in your team after year 1 and year 2. You might be able to draft really well, but you might have issues in the secondary. Go get a good good cornerback, or go get a good safety. Maybe you need a good wide receiver. Go find one. But I'm not a fan of, if Rodgers is gone, don't pay any guys. Save this. Rebuild from the ground up.
So does that mean, like, what do you do with Rashawn Gary?
I mean, you can't get rid of every piece, but I mean, Rashawn, I honestly, I think everybody's worth looking at and putting on that chopping block. If they want too much, you think you got to let them go.
That's the only reason I bring him up, is because he's now torn his ACL. So like, that's just, and I think if I'm the Packers, Rodgers goes, especially this, I'm not paying Rashawn. I'm going to have him play this year. If you have to, you can franchise him. Like,
yeah,
you can,
I mean, he's not getting top D-end money.
He will get paid. I mean, so he gets they picked up a 5th-year option, so now it's good money.
Right.
And so I would keep him around now, and then, but they could start renegotiating, sign him to a longer-term deal. I wouldn't do that right now, coming off the ACL.
Yeah.
I
Let
would,
him prove it next year.
right. And then if you have to pay him a little bit more in the end, well, that's just what you have to do.
Right.
I'm curious what the Packers will look like there. So I want to, last one here off of this, because it feels like the end of the Rodgers era with the Packers. Give a grade, because after you've seen what the Chiefs and the Eagles, all these teams are getting and doing there, give a grade to the Aaron Rodgers era. Not on Aaron Rodgers, but I just mean the era overall, to the organization, which includes Aaron, but give it a letter grade. The Aaron Rodgers era, if it's over, give it a letter grade.
B-. And here's the reason. Above average regular seasons, below average playoffs, 1 championship, 1 appearance. Like, that seems to me like you did all your homework but didn't do great on all the tests.
Because I think it does. The success that the Chiefs just had now with 3 Super Bowl appearances and 2 Super Bowl wins and 5 straight AFC championships and winning all those games in that window, 75 games more than the Packers ever won in a 4-year window with either quarterback around the Super Bowl. Does that affect the grade by seeing, it can be done, not just by the Patriots, by another team with the same, restrictions of paying a quarterback a boatload of money? Did that affect it at all?
No, that's kind of what I base that off of. It's like, as a fan, we've had a really great time watching Aaron Rodgers play. And the disappointment, unfortunately, often comes in December, and that stinks. But you had a lot of really good time. Like I said, I'm comparing it to like school. You did great on your homework, and you were kind of booty on the test. You had a little bit of test anxiety and couldn't get it done, except for 1 time. So I'm giving you a B- because I just think it's slightly above average.
It's much more than above average. I will give him an A, not an A+.
A?
An A?
I mean, this is the softest grade. He's got great guard going to the Final Four.
He's got
so A.
Such a lie. That's not what I said.
A.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, he won 4 MVPs. He was the best player in the league for 10 years.
Well, we're not talking about just Aaron Rodgers. We're talking about the Packers.
What would you give Aaron Rodgers?
No. The Packers organization during Aaron Rodgers' time in Green Bay.
Hold on, I gotta pull my dad. Do you even listen?
He doesn't. We know he doesn't. We should take his phone before the
I haven't even been on my phone.
Oh my goodness, you are lying through your teeth right now.
I haven't been on my phone.
Oh my God.
I don't even know if it's in this room.
I'm gonna count to 3. You better tell me what I asked.
It is no farther than 2 feet from you at all times. I guarantee it. Stroke, get out of here. Get out of here with that booty.
So I'm going to repeat the question.
Yep.
What grade would you give the Packer organization, which includes Aaron Rodgers, during the Aaron Rodgers era?
An A.
Oh my gosh.
Backed into a corner, not letting down. Because there's no way that's an A. I think B-
Back
is
to
fair.
my school analogy, the way the Packers have built a team around Aaron Rodgers, it's like they told him to study for social studies, and then they give him like a history test in the playoffs, and he's just not ready for it. It just ain't it.
You know what? We all might need a happy hour to, celebrate the Chiefs, celebrate Matt Hamilton, and maybe drink away the sorrows of what was a pretty disappointing Packer season that is officially now over. So you could celebrate that too. Let's go to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, get ourselves a fantastic appetizer, whether it's seared sashimi, some ribs, some calamari, ribs, steak, calamari, any of those great things over there at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. And get an old fashioned. Kevin, the bartender there, is fantastic. Tell him we sent you. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute powered by Everlight Solar. Simplify your life, save money, and clean up the environment. Learn more at everlightsolar.com. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Former Packers right tackle Brian Bulaga, Iowa, joined Wilde and Tausch as a guest host on Thursday and talked about what it was like as a Hawkeye facing the Badgers year after year.
I always looked at it as we're going against essentially the same team. They want to play the same style. They want to run the ball, pound the rock, play good defense, bend, don't break type of defense. You always knew going into the game exactly what it was going to be like, a tough physical game.
Find the full 3 hours with Brian Bulaga at WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app.
Lock in your prices at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin by February 28th and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
The best quality roofs, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. Hi, this is Bo from Ridgetop Exteriors. Integrity, excellence, quality, and community are what we value here at Ridgetop because we want to do a great job to help our friends and neighbors. We always want to exceed expectations because customer service is our number one goal. We're trusted local experts you can count on for your home exterior projects. Thanks for choosing Ridgetop Exteriors for your home's next project. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com for a free estimate.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Drew and Jonathan Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance wants to protect your dreams. So whether you're at home singing in the shower,
Every note,
or prefer singing your heart out in the car like Drew,
cruising.
you can save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Jim Rutledge here for Carbon World Health. They are leveling the playing field with their new game-changing semi-glutide weight loss program. You've heard celebrities talk about it. You've seen it on social media, and Carbon World Health has made it available for everyone. That's right. Semi-glutide weight loss programs are not just for celebs and A-list actors. This program is FDA approved and available to you only at Carbon World Health. Do what I'm going to do. Go to Carbon World Health and sign up for this weight loss program.
Purchase your tickets, grab some friends, and get to the Sylvia on Wednesday, February 15th for Andy North Trivia Night, presented by Exact Sciences. You will enjoy a fun and inspiring evening of trivia, music, food, and refreshments while helping to raise money for UW Carbone Cancer Center. This fun and inspiring event is hosted by Andy North, and in addition to trivia, the lineup includes a silent auction, celebrity appearances, and prizes. Doors open at 6 p.m. Visit AndyNorthAndFriends.com to buy your tickets. Past year's events have sold out quickly, so get your tickets today.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by X Golf in Madison and Middleton.
Snoop Dogg. I know I'm the old guy on the show, but I did not play in the Champions Tour, and I'm not old enough to go into the Canadian Golf Hall of Fame, but I'll take it. What do you think, guys? Should I see if I can lean on our market manager to send me to wherever the Canadian Golf Hall of Fame is?
Victoria, British Columbia.
Victoria, British Columbia.
Beautiful location. You should definitely try and go there.
And then just show up. Be like, I'm here for my award.
You tagged me. I thought that was the invite.
So which is cooler, though? There's also a master distiller by the name Jim Rutledge.
Master distiller.
Yeah, than champion tour golfer who I don't think won anything. He was at the AmFam Championship, I believe, the first year of it. He has not returned. I don't know if he wasn't invited back or maybe he's too old.
No, a professional golf career is incredible.
That's the life. Yeah.
And that's the life.
But
master distiller, that's something you can do forever.
Yes. And he has. And so he worked for Four Roses and now he has his own. It's J. Rutledge Distillery. Still trying to, they don't sell it around here. I'm still trying to figure out where to get it. But
get yourself a bottle of that.
Right? I know. It's not really my cup of tea. It's like the cream.
Based on the name, I bet it's just a little bitter.
Should we ask that question? What is
Jim Rutledge whiskey taste like?
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to appreciate the answers you get from that, so I would not do that poll.
I found a poll from October 26th of 2021 that we did on the jump around, Jim.
Good digging.
Who is the best Jim Rutledge? Sports host Jim Rutledge, distiller Jim Rutledge, politician Jim Rutledge, or golfer Jim Rutledge. Distiller Jim Rutledge won with 33% of the vote.
That's fair.
Where did ESPN host Jim Rutledge?
Third, politician Jim Rutledge finished last.
That's fair. That makes sense.
Nobody likes politicians.
That's an accurate statement.
I think that's pretty fair. Did we ever post the Iron Jack poll question? We're gonna have to post one here on the way out then. Because I wanted a million questions. We threw 1,000 out there.
I like
We
the
didn't post any
grade.
of them.
Let's do the grade for the Packers with
I like
Aaron
that. That's
Rodgers'
what I was
career.
thinking. Yeah. Yes.
Let's just go
My
A,
gold medal.
B, C, D, because we can't be enough.
What are
right?
the odds that Alex Strofe actually posts this? But we want it posted.
Well, he's got his phone in his hand.
we can revisit
guarantee it.
We can revisit it tomorrow. But we're gonna ask the question now. We'll revisit the poll tomorrow before the show wraps up. What grade would you give the Green Bay Packers organization during the Aaron Rodgers era? And we'll go A, B,
C,
C.
and D.
Yeah, you can't give it an F.
You can't give it enough. They won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Can't give it enough.
So that'll be our poll question. We got plenty to get to tomorrow. We got the Aaron Rodgers rumors we'll get to. We just wanted to celebrate Matt Hamilton's championship, Patrick Mahomes' championship. We are efforting champions Melvin Gordon and Leo Chanel. So we'll try to get them on our air as well. And hopefully we'll continue to have some pleasant football talk after, and then Aaron Rodgers has one more show. So maybe we won't have a pleasant one tomorrow. But then
we'll see.
after he emerges from his groundhog like escape.
Maybe he won't see his shadow and he'll come back to the Packers.
That'll be tomorrow's poll question. What does it mean if Aaron Rodgers sees his